Hello my community family, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Today I'm sharing a big planning mistake we made earlier on, one that affected the layout of our entire house. If you are planning to build in Zimbabwe, this is something you don't want to miss. When we bought our stand, it came with an approved plan. We were very excited. It had a great floor, spacious rooms, and felt like the perfect plan for a family home. We couldn't wait to start building it because it took us years to start building, as we were saving money to build the house in one go. Now, this is what happened: borehole siting and drilling issue. I didn't believe what we did. So before building the main house, we decided to build a small cottage and drilled a borehole at the same time. The borehole was drilled and the siting looked fine at the time, so we went ahead. But here's where we went wrong. We never cross-checked the borehole location with the house plan. The shocking discovery. Last year, we made a decision to start building our long-awaited dream family home. And when we finally started, thinking about building and preparing to build the main house, we realized the borehole was right in the middle of what was supposed to be our family lounge. Can you believe this? I don't know, how we came to this point. That oversight changed everything and we were devastated. I tell you, we were devastated. So we had to bring in an architect again to rework the design. And the architect said, the lounge had to be reduced in size just to work around the borehole and to ensure future access for maintenance. It wasn't ideal, I tell you. But this actually taught us a valuable lesson. That I want to share with you guys. I'm going to share tips for, that you have to do before you drill a borehole, after acquiring land. 1, you need to get your house plan finalized before drilling. Have your site layout or house plan ready, even if it's just a rough sketch from an architect. This gives you a clear idea of where the house, septic tank, driveway, and garden will go. Number 2, do a full site layout map. Work with an architect. Please, ndapota an architect or a builder, to map out your house footprint. You need to mark the house position, the septic tank and soakway. You need to mark the driveway, the garage, carport, whatever, garden or lawn, fence lines. This is actually very important. And also make sure you use some pegs or some paint to mark these areas, especially if you're not building straight away. You need to do this so that it actually helps in the future. And also number 3, involve a professional borehole siting expert. This is very important. Don't guess the drilling location. I repeat, don't guess the drilling location. Hire someone who knows what they're doing. Ask them to avoid house footprints, paved areas that you're going to put, and also avoid heavy use zones. That's very important. Number 4, keep the site area of the borehole accessible. Just in case you need to access this area, you need to make sure that the area is accessible for maintenance and pump repairs. And also, be outside your main house footprint, preferably on the side or back of the yard. So this is where you need to make sure that you put your borehole siting area should be outside your main house footprint, because we made a mistake. It was actually right, in the middle of the family lounge, on the house plan. So we ended up reducing our size, which is, we were not happy about it. But if we had planned earlier on with an expert, someone who knows what they are doing, they were going to avoid this area. But look, this actually happened remotely. We were not there when all this was happening. And also number 5, consider future plans. If you're planning to build a cottage or something like a swimming pool, you need to make sure that those areas are left, they are not drilled. Will you add things like solar tank stands? You need to make sure that you plan for that. Leave room for all those areas. So you need to sit down and think carefully before you drill a borehole on your site. That's very important. I'll just share with you some nuggets that I think they might help you if you're someone who is planning to build in the future. So this might actually help you to choose, a good house plan. So here's what we wish we'd known earlier and what you should consider when choosing a house plan. Number 1, functionality. Think about how you live in this space every day, with your family, with your relatives, with anyone that you'll be living with. That's very important. Number 2, natural lighting. Natural lighting, this is very important. So you need to know where you need to place your windows, where the sun can actually come in. So window placement is very important. So with our build during the framing stage, we ended up altering the windows, making the windows, some of the windows bigger because they were not small. We didn't think about this when we were doing our plan, with the architect. Number 3, ventilation. Ventilation is very important. You need to don't underestimate airflow, especially in warm climates like in Harare. That's very important. Privacy. Bedroom and bathroom access matters more than you think. This is actually very important as well. Energy efficiency. Sun orientation can save you money and keep your home comfortable all the time. You don't have to end up using, heaters during winter when it's cold. But if your windows are big enough, they can bring in sun that can actually warm up your living areas. That's very important. Storage. You can never have too much. With storage, very important to have a space where you fold those blankets whilst you're not using them, or during when seasons change, you need to screen things, you need to somewhere to put them, you need to fold them where you keep them very nice and neat. So that's very important as well. Flexibility. If you have extra rooms that you are thinking of having in your plan, you need to make sure that you think about things like, in the future, can you use that extra room as an office? Can you use it as a guest room when you have visitors to your house? Can you use it for something else, or a baby room if you decide to have a baby in the future? So you need to think about all these. Plumbing services, very important. You need to group wet areas together to save on costs. This is something as well that we didn't think about when we build our house. You find that I'll show these things in the future videos. The septic tank, it's actually far away from where our master bedroom is, so we're gonna incur lots of plumbing costs to install all these things. So that's very important. You need to budget wisely. Modern doesn't mean expensive. Focus on what matters most. That's very important as well. And finally, coordinate early. Borehole, sewer, electrical, everything that you need to connect at your house. You need to make sure that you do that early during the planning stage, and you need to familiarize yourself with the council, what they require you to apply, and what you need to get approved before you do anything at your place. That's very important. Anyway, I might continue to go on and on. I've got a lot, that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm really enjoying this journey, though we have some of these issues, that came up during the process, but that's why I decided to share with you guys. I'm happy with what is happening at the moment. Thanks for watching. Building in Zimbabwe isn't always easy, but it's worth it, I tell you. If you're in diaspora and thinking about starting your own journey, I hope this video helps you avoid a few mistakes. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories, tips, updates from our building journey. And if you are on Facebook, follow the page. I will really appreciate that. Drop a comment and let me know what's one thing you wish you had done differently in your project, or what's holding you back from starting. Thank you. See you again in my next video. Have a lovely weekend.